Communication is important because it also leads to methods of effective collaboration. So while communication is about the exchange of ideas, collaboration is at the act of working with others in order to produce or create something new. Our understanding and methods of collaboration have changed dramatically over the last year. And as we transition again back to the hybrid modes, it is set to change again. Prior to the pandemic, collaboration transpired through various forms and scales, primarily made possible by coexisting in the same physical space. Whether it was in the trades or across the schools, within the Harvard campus, or even globally in different geographies through international site visits, the interlink between collaboration and space has been crucial to our pedagogy. As designers specifically, the physical space performed as a critical tool to enable numerous forms of collaboration, varying from unintentional encounters in studios to international stakeholder engagement on site visits. In early spring 2020, while students and instructors were preparing to conduct site visits, the lockdown took place. In the midst of this disorientation, many instructors quickly resolved to digital tools to capture site characters and engage with communities abroad. Here, international collaboration and partnership became vital. Much of what we took for granted in our GSD education, such as collaborative work, travel, and in-person site visit, was abruptly suspended by the pandemic. The dramatic change has required us to creatively rethink the mediums through which we learn from such immersive experiences. During the summer, and leading up to fall 2020, the ITF and Francis Loeb Library worked closely with Professor Murtra and Professor Maltir Bhatz on their Extreme Urbanism Studio 7, located in Kabul, Afghanistan, to experiment methods of site documentation and the aim to engage students in the lived environment. This including using videos, interviews with key stakeholders, including members of the community, drone and still imagery, and various mapping tools. Testing as many tools as we could enabled us to effectively compare the methods. Throughout the past year, various virtual methods, platforms, and methods have been designed in the aim of replicating elements of the physical world. Some of these include Virtual Gund, GSD Now, GSD Cafe, Gund.io, and so forth. As we transition into exploring more directed personal research, questions on collaboration, physical space, remote interaction, global networks, and equity became of increased interest to my work. While we subconsciously appreciated the importance of physical space, I found myself questioning some of the basic foundations that we took for granted. For example, why is physical space so important? In spring of 2021, I worked with Professor Henrik Wolf and his team, virtual reality studio based in Cape Town, Africa. The Option Studio was a world first for using VR as a collaborative teaching and design tool in architecture and urban design. Students from over 6 continents came together to explore themes of rapid urbanization and how new ways of seeing can inform new ways of knowing. Virtual reality took the university's collaborative spaces to students' homes from all over the world while unlocking new geography to be explored. The result was extremely positive, specifically in the time of such isolation. As designers, we often rely on activating our 7 senses to effectively respond to site challenges and appreciation of space, hence the importance of immersion. It occurred to me that while our conception that the digital might exacerbate issues of inequality, when used deliberately, these tools can in fact mitigate it. In addition, the creation of such spaces was only made possible through collaboration with unusual disciplines such as technology and digital tool experts. For example, Jason Stapleton's critical role in Professor Henrik's studio. It is exhilarating that we recognize the importance of collaboration with such disciplines. As a result, the school invested in the creation of new roles to mediate these spaces. For example, the Irving Instructional Technology Fellowship. Looking ahead, by merging the traditional collaborative methods with extreme virtual techniques, can enable what I would call extreme collaboration. While digital tools proved to be successful in keeping students, instructors, and stakeholders connected in a common reality, they should not be thought of entirely replacing traditional pedagogical methods. As the renowned VR and cognitive science professor Jeremy Bailenson from Stanford University stressed that these digital tools should be used in specific situations that are either impossible, counterproductive, expensive, or dangerous. So as we move to the hybrid, these digital tools have the potential to advance our pedagogical methods by providing students with equitable collaboration platforms and access to geographies yet to be explored at the GSC due to associated risk with travel. I hope that we continue our collective conversations on the impact of digital methods, on collaboration and inclusion in virtual spaces. With this, I'll transition the conversation to Isabella, who will speak about the importance of collective conversations in pedagogy and practice. Thank you.